on that one is the Seattle Seawolves, our Major League Rugby champions, Seattle Seawolves, down there at Starfire in Tukwila. They faced RUNY this past Saturday on the road in Brooklyn. Pretty good night.
Yeah, man, it was a very exciting win. It was entertaining, to say the least, from start to finish. The Seawolves jumped out to a 31-7 start, and they ended the half 31-7. But the RUNY stormed back and came back within scoring distance to tie it right before the end of the match. So it was a really crazy game in Brooklyn, but they got a huge win after the bye week last week, and it jumped to the third place in the MLR standings, which is absolutely huge with only 3 games left in the season remaining. The top 6 teams make it, so they're really just fighting for home field advantage and all that, all the important stuff that comes with the playoffs. And they really need that home court advantage because you know how crazy it is at Starfire and Tukwila.
Yeah, absolutely. This that down there, it gets loud. This is a Seattle team, after all, and the Seattle fans know how to bring the noise, and bring the noise they do down there at Starfire. A great environment down there to watch these games. They got 3 games left here in the regular season. They are on the road at Glendale, who are currently sitting 6th, right? Is that where they are on the table there with Major League Rugby? And then
yeah, they're in 6th. Yep.
Then they are home for their final 2 games of the season against Utah, who are in 7th, and Austin, who are in 9th. So they got 1 playoff team and 2 teams sitting just outside the playoffs. They should win those last 2 games. Glendale, of course, is a hotbed of rugby for the United States, and a pretty good team last year. Faced off against these Seawolves in the championship. This year, like the Wolves, struggling a little bit, hoping to make the playoffs on their own. That game should be a battle for down there in Glendale. But those 2 home games with Utah and Austin, both, as we talked about before, winnable games. Winnable games for the Seawolves if they want to make this run into the playoffs, get the momentum going, and keep the championship trophy here in Seattle. I think they got to win. I think they got to win out. Maybe not those last 2 games. You got to put away teams like that.
Absolutely. I mean, those last 2 games are extremely favorable. Utah and Austin are terrible. Austin hasn't won a game this season. Utah, I think, only has 1 win. So they have a very favorable schedule going into the end of the season. They just gotta play well and hope that they can get atop that home field standings, man. Because like I said, we're the only team that sells out in MLR. Glendale likes to claim themselves as Rugby USA, but they don't come close to how many fans show up.
Yeah, not only do they sell out, they sell out every game. Every game down there in Tukwila.
Every game's been sold out.
So, all right. So let's move on here. We got to do a quick check-in on our South Sound teams. We got 3 Tacoma teams all playing at Cheney Stadium this year. 2 soccer teams and a baseball team. Let's might as well start with. I want to start with the. Who do you